Good morning, guys. While my client is waiting, I decide I'm just going to go ahead and finish package these Norda's herbal oil. So if you want to know more about Norda's herbal oil, we have our oil that's online, and we package our oils with herb. Now, today, the herb that I normally put in this oil is made from castor oil, vitamin E, beta-carotene, pumpkin oil, sweet almond oil, and it is really, really great for the scalp. Some people use it on their skin also. So I'm going to go ahead and package this oil. Now what I do, I have a boiler, and in the boiler, I normally set the oil overnight. So I'm going to pour out around 12 bottles or 20 bottles of oil. I have 12 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I normally make 50. I normally pour 50 a day when I can, depending on the sales. I haven't done this oil for a while, and a lot of customers and salon that I service been requesting it, so I'm behind schedule. So what I normally do is put bay leaf in the middle of the batch. And what the bay leaf does, the bay leaf basically essentialize and herbalize the oil. So when you get your oil, you notice that we have a leaf that's in the oil. We also put rose leaf and rosemary, thyme in our solid oil. If you have problem with your scalp, very, very dry scalp, and you have problems with on a regular basis, then this oil is probably good for your scalp. And if you're trying to let those edges grow, any one of our oil will allow your edges to grow better. But this oil is pretty good for your edges also. Trying to get a big one. So I have the bay leaf in there, and I've noticed over the years of selling this oil that the bay leaf have herbalized the oil, and it's really great for problematic scalp and skin. So even though the oil is used for hair, you can also use the oil for your skin. Now, I have the oil right here from the pot. And this got peppermint. So if you ever purchase our Tropical Punch Botanical Herbal Oil for your scalp, for those who want that hurry up and go, one way of how I use my oil for my scalp, and this is how I use the oil for the scalp. When I wash my hair in the winter time, I like to use my Norda's herbal oil. It's a great infusion oil. In the summertime, I use more of the Tropical Punch oil. And one of the reasons why I use the Tropical Punch oil, I love the scent, but then the properties in the oil is what I go for. Really great oil. So I'm going to put on a one-hand gloves, because if I touch the oil, even though my hands are clean, I don't want to actually have the oil touch my hand. So this is the oil. You can go online to purchase this oil. This oil is $9.15. It comes in one of our 8-ounce jar. Our 8-ounce wide jar. And sometimes the jars kind of change. I change the jars itself. It looks like it's red, but then what's going to happen is going to turn yellow. So it's a pretty good oil. And what I do with the leftovers of the oil, I actually wait for more containers to come in. Now this is the last of the containers that I have, and of this design. So the next time you see the oil, you went downstairs? Oh, the next time you see this oil will be used in a different container. So some manufacturing that I get, that's why when you are selling your products to customers in your salon, be aware of the fact that your containers, if you want regular containers, I learn right now at this moment not to go too far. I can get a company that gives me my containers, and I will pay at least $500 for my containers. But if I want to go to a company that gives me way more containers, then I have to pay more for those containers. And since I don't want to go that route, what I normally do is buy my containers like 500 bottles or 100 bottles, depending on which